So I am Casey Crowther, and I am with Target Roofing. I think drainage is crucial, especially before a storm, right? So, anyways, we're getting into the summer season, and even before hurricanes come, we typically see strong storms, strong winds. And a lot of times, what that causes is leaves, branches, debris, anything to blow up onto a roof. And when it blows onto a roof, it has to go somewhere, and it typically uh, conjugates near drains, downspouts, gutters, uh, areas where the water would go off. And if those areas are clogged, then the water is going to back up on the roof, right? So it may back up under shingles, it may back up under tile. And what can be really scary is in some of these commercial retail buildings on these low slope roofs, is that the water will actually build up on a roof and create a lot of weight on the roof. And in cases like that, you could even see collapse. And I tell you what, we probably see a few cases of that every year. And it's really misfortune because, it was probably a handful of leaves that needed to be cleaned out of a drain. And if that was taken care of, that situation wouldn't happen.
That's a really good tie-in to our roof maintenance agreement.
Yeah.
So what does that do?
Yeah, so the roof maintenance, what we do is we come out once or twice a year, and we have the guys look over some of those almost, for lack of better words, easy to see items that are easy fixes that could potentially cause a lot of damage. Something like a clogged drain. At that point, the guys just got to lift the drain ring, the drain bowl up, grab a handful of leaves, branches, debris, put it in a garbage bag, clean it up. Same with gutters and downspouts. That's something that they take a look at. They'll take a look at any adhesives or sealants that are cracking or damaged. Most of the sealants only last a few years before they become, in essence, dry rotted. And so it's good to be proactive on those things. It's fairly inexpensive. And also with those roof maintenance agreements, you get preferred service. So if you have an agreement, hurricane comes around, like you call us, you're already in the system, and you're going to sign a contract with us that says, hey, we're priority service. And so that means we're with you in case of a hurricane.
So in addition to VIP service, what else does an RMA guarantee you?
It also guarantees you a discounted time and material rate. Typically, it's $95 an hour right now, and if you're on a roof maintenance agreement with us, it's $75 an hour.
Awesome. Any other perks?
Again, preferential treatment. So you're going to call in, you say you're on a roof maintenance agreement, we're going to get you scheduled right away. And to me, when you have a roof leak, that's something you need. That's not something you can wait a few days on.
Do you have crew for that?
We do. Today, I believe we're going to hit approximately 18 to 20 different projects on repairs. And so, that's something that we strive for is, same day, next day service. Especially if you have a roof maintenance agreement with us and are already a customer, we try to take care of the people that have been with us for a while. Another bullet point, when you get onto some of these tile and shingle projects, just going up there and doing a visual check, and if you see a shingle, tile, or something out of line, it may be something you could check. I wouldn't check it unless you're a roofing technician. It can be dangerous up on a roof, but it's something that you can go up there and feel and touch, and you can tell pretty quickly if it's out of place. Let's see, what else we have. On metal roofs, there's quite a few things to look at. Again, you got your sealants up there, but something that we see is fasteners, because buildings move, contract. A lot of times the fasteners will back out, and a fastener's backed out a quarter of an inch, a half of an inch, or something like that. That
Put that in layman's terms. What's it to back out? What does that mean?
Yeah, good question. So sometimes these screws will actually turn themselves counterclockwise, which actually makes the screw come out on its own. Yeah, and if it comes out, then there's chance of that something could fly off, that it could come off easier. So it's such a simple fix that going up there and just checking for it, making sure that all the fasteners are tightened, is a good thing. Another thing to look at with fasteners as well is a lot of them have a rubber washer on them. That's the way we keep the water out of the roof, is the rubber washer. If those are missing, damaged, dry rotted, or misplaced, that can also be an area that water or moisture could get in. And so those are easy fixes, something to look at. What else do we have?
Give me a bad way to prepare for a roof storm.
Here's a something I wouldn't look too far past. If you got a small leak before the storm and you think, hey, you know what, no big deal. It's a small leak. It'll be a small leak when I get back. That's something that that could cause significant problems. Again, if something's loose up on the roof, what'll happen is if that tile, if that shingle or that piece of roofing comes loose, it could rip off, thus creating the rest of the roof in that area to rip off as well. And a lot of times that roof will rip and roll across the roof, damage the rest of the roof, and could cause more significant problems. So, I'd make any repairs before a hurricane or a storm comes in.
Awesome. So if they have a ceiling that's wet or a small leak, they should get it fixed.
I would get it fixed right away. Yeah, and not even just on a roof where you could see additional damages. Is there's things that you can't see, right? So even if it's a small leak, there actually may be significant structural things going on. So if water gets on wood deteriorates. If water gets on metal, it rusts. So now you got a structure foundation that is not as strong as it should be going into a storm. So it's definitely something to take a look at.
Do me a favor. Explain what dry rot is.
So dry rot can actually happen in a few different areas on a roof. So when a roof or a product in a roof system becomes dry for a period of time, and that typically happens from sunlight. So sunlight will dry something out, and when you take the moisture out of it, it loses its adhesiveness and will crack. And when cracks happen, this is a void, right? So the water can go right inside the crack and maybe into, let's just say, pipe flashing, or something we call a surface mount caulk flashing. There's many areas on a roof that we use these sealants.
Good. Yeah. So in Florida, we have a lot of sunlight.
We do.
Okay. We also have these, you can hear them right now, there's torrential downpours.
Yeah.
As a roofer, do you enjoy seeing people's roofs suck and fail?
No, I don't. I don't wish that on anybody, right? Not even on my worst enemy. But when you do have a leak, it is something that you want to get taken care of right away. Because what happens if you don't is that it causes larger problems down the road. And what frankly, we love going out to a job and fixing what we can see. What I really don't like is when there is more damage for a customer for multiple reasons. I don't like to go to a customer and say, hey, man, I know we told you it was going to be $500, but now it's $800. That makes it hard for a customer to budget. And that only happens when a leak leaks for a period of time and damages the plywood, the trusses, maybe any metal that's in and underneath the roof system. So, it's our suggestion, get those leaks taken care of quick. If you do have a leak down the road, then we're just repairing a tile or just a shingle, just the underlayment, and it's not a big deal. And we can get in and out, and then we're all happy.
Awesome. One more. As far as commercial buildings go, sometimes they're 2, 3, 4, 5 stories tall. What can your service help preventative damage? How do you prevent damage from happening to downstairs units, for example?
So what's important with, even the roof maintenance agreements and fixing these leaks timely is to prevent other damage. And we do a lot of work on high rises, mid rises, condos, where there's oftentimes 80, 100, 250 tenants. And it's typically the first person on the top floor that sees the issue, right? And if we can take care of it quickly, then it's the only person that has to deal with the issue. Sometimes these leaks can go on for a period of time and get into subsequent floors. So maybe it's the fourth floor, then the third floor, then the second floor, and then it goes all the way down a building. And that's something that we don't like to see happen. So taking care of that leak right away is important. In those roof maintenance agreements, making sure that roof is free from any defects or voids that could potentially cause something like that from happening.
It's good. So it actually sounds like you're trying to save people money and save people from further damages.
That's right. And we do like to make money. However, like I said, I'd rather give someone a price of $500 and that be the final price. I don't like when we have to go out there. We tell someone, hey, it's going to be roughly $500, and then we find out it's $3,000. I don't like that. The customer doesn't like that. Nobody budgeted for it, and it's not good for anybody.
Awesome. Thank you.